Welcome to today's video, and today's video is about you. So obviously you've been contemplating something, all right? Something about emotions. You've been thinking about something that you have to walk away. That's the first card we have here, all right? It's about walking away. You put a lot of work into something. This is the Eight of Cups, all right? And you're leaving all that behind. You know what I'm talking about. All right, search your feelings, your intuition. This is about you. And the other card we have is the Eight of Wands, and that's a quick change, a sudden change. Maybe you made up your mind about a choice. Maybe you've been thinking about something. You've been mulling it over, thinking about it for a long time, and you're pulling the trigger, something like that, right? And maybe you're thinking that nothing's going to stop you. Maybe you're not telling a lot of people about your choice because sometimes people want to stop you from making certain choices, especially when they benefit you or, has a chance of making you a happier, better person or a better version than what they're used to. The next card we have after that is this Six of Swords, and that's about leaving something behind. Okay, there was a tumultuous times, up and down, this and that. You're looking for a calmer peace and quiet life. Maybe you want to celebrate with your friends. Maybe you haven't seen them in a long time, because the next card after that is the Three of Cups, and that's about women celebrating, having fun, getting together, having a couple drinks, whatever that is, right? So maybe you've been seeing the number 88 or 1333 or 333, 883, 886. Anyways, the card after that is where you're at, and that is the world. And the world means it's the end. It's completed. You've made up your mind. Okay, and the last card is the Devil, and I'll go into what all that means. But first, let's get into the Eight of Wands. So stay all the way to the end. I appreciate if you like the video, subscribe, leave me a comment, something. I'm trying to make this channel grow, and I would really appreciate your help with that. And so the Cups is about emotions, right? Your intuition, the unconscious mind, all right? Maybe you're a creative person, all right? So the Eight of Cups. And like I said, you've gone through a lot, right? You're walking away, right? Maybe, maybe you're leaving your job. Or maybe you were in corporate. Regardless of what it was, right? You're disillusioned with all that, right? Maybe society told you, you go boss girl or boss babe. You don't need no man. And the reason I'm saying this could be a woman because the Six of Swords and the three women. So I'm thinking this is a woman, right, who bought into the whole, womanese empowerment. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm just picking up on the energy, okay? This is a realistic channel. This is something that, I'm not politically correct. This is just the truth. This is just the energy. This is how I see the world. And, if you don't like it, you don't have to be here. But if you do want to learn about your decision or this decision that you're going to make soon, or if this video leads you into that decision because you've been thinking about it, then continue watching. So you're leaving something behind, right? That's two cards that's saying leaving something behind, all right? The Eight of Cups and the Six of Swords. So let's get into the Eight of Cups. So perhaps you'd be searching for the meaning of life or the truth about life, right? Because in the Eight of Cups, you're looking at a time of transition, All right. So obviously you see this person turning their back with a red cloak and their cane and a mountain in the back. That usually means challenges. You're walking away from all that, right? Maybe you were at work and you ran into the mean girls and how political it is, and you got to drink the Kool-Aid in order to go up the corporate ladder, and you're disillusioned with the whole thing, right? You spend so much time, right, at work, collecting time and experience. Now you're looking for a higher purpose. You're just unhappy. You're bored with what you've been doing. The thrill is gone. Maybe you're looking for simple pleasures. Maybe you're looking for a life of satisfaction, perhaps. This is a time for a new journey. Okay, so the Eight of Cups signifies time for change or transition by means of walking away from something. Person, place, or thing, or person, whatever it is. Just like the caterpillar has to die before transforming into a beautiful butterfly, we all need to transform ourselves in our lives from time to time. This is the case especially after being tired of living what was the day-to-day and embarking on a journey that will help one have a deeper understanding about life in general. Okay? So the next card, like I mentioned, is the Eight of Wands. All right, so the Wands is about fire. It's the element of fire. And usually the Wands is about work. So that's why I'm saying you're leaving work or corporate or something. You're leaving your job. All right. And as you can see, there are no clouds in the background, right? Nothing is stopping you from moving forward. You can see the way through, right? This is it. You're moving forward. This is your sign that you are right. You're seeking inspiration elsewhere. All right? The day-to-day is over, right? You are looking for, again, something different. And you have the willpower, because that's what the Wands are. Willpower. All right? You have life with the water in the background, the mountains. You have plenty of life left in you. You're just done with your job. So it's about fast speed, quick change, right? Rapid action. And maybe you just all of a sudden decided, right? How long have you been thinking about it? Leave me a comment down in the comments. Let me know how long you've been thinking about this. Anyways, a quick decision, right? Sudden change, excitement. You're looking for excitement in your life, you know? So this is about, you want your life to blossom in other aspects of your life. Maybe you want to travel, you know? A new journey. Because the image depicted by the Eight of Wands means that the difficulties that were brought by the Seven of Wands, that's the Seven of Wands is a man defending himself against 6 other wands. This was your life at work. You felt like you had to defend yourself, right? You knew the people that didn't like you. You knew the people that were out to get you, that were jealous of you because you were smart, you were good looking, you had a good head on your shoulders, you had a nice car, you had a nice physique. The Lord blessed you with everything perfect. Maybe you have beautiful hair, beautiful complexion, you have time to take care of yourself. And you put the time into you, and other people don't put time into themselves, right? Maybe they're out there smoking, toking, drinking, having fun. And if you do these things, no shade whatsoever. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that sometimes people have the wrong priorities, and then look at the person who decided not to be involved in those situations. Oh, was that person think he's better than us? He or she is better than us? Look at him. Look at her. She walks around here like her thing don't stink, or this or that. You know, haters. And you know what I'm talking about, right? You had to defend yourself against that, and you're tired of it. Okay, perhaps you're looking for funner times, if that's a word, right? A better time with your friends, with the Three of Cups. So let's continue. It signifies a strong level of energy, which states that different aspects of your life will be trailblazing. Perhaps important news will be coming your way, and you may experience a sudden yet steady positive growth. And maybe that's what you're looking for, right? The Eight of Wands meaning may also pertain to your work. Like I said, there's a chance that the decision that you are waiting for will come your way soon. You need to be patient and just wait for it. Maybe you've already made up your mind. Anyways, the Six of Swords. See what I'm saying? Another sky that is clear. See? It's peaceful, it's quiet. Maybe you're a mom, okay? Because there's a kid right here, if you haven't noticed, right there. And you're right here. Okay? Maybe you and your man are going and moving to calmer waters, okay? Because it's about logic. All right? Logic, truth seeking. You're intelligent. And maybe that's what people hated about you, right? They couldn't lie to you, trick you, con you. You stood out because you were ambitious, you were hardworking. And a lot of people tend to be lazy and complicit, if that's the correct word. You know, they just, I just want to exist, you know. Maybe, you know, this video is about communicating to you that you are on the right path, right? Because you have clarity now. You have a sharp mind. It was a difficult choice, a decision you had to make, right? It kind of broke your heart, right? It brought suffering or grief because you had to make this choice, right? And perhaps in life you need some rest, some restoration, some contemplation, right? Because this is the Six of Swords, and the Four of Swords, right, is a person laying down because you know the hell you've been through at work with the Three of Swords, right? You need to recover. Forgive those and yourself and move on, okay? The Five of Swords is about ambition, about people fighting with you. People wanted to win at all costs, make you look silly perhaps. People wanted you to feel resentment for whatever purpose, right? But here's the Six of Swords. This is about a transition, moving to calmer waters, distancing yourself from others, leaving the baggage behind, a clean slate. That's what the Six of Swords means to me. All right? Cutting your losses, all right? Cutting your losses because you've had enough. The meaning of the Six of Swords is that you are experiencing a transition of some kind, but one that is not happy and fulfilled with regret. Maybe this is how you feel about leaving leaving your job. It's a hard choice. This transition will most likely be the result of the decisions you've made in the past. And now they are forcing you to leave something behind in order to move forward. Or maybe they just want to get rid of you. Maybe you see the writing on the wall. Despite your sadness, you need to remember that moving on is the ideal option for your future. And again, here's the cups. It started with cups and it ended with cups. So it's about your feelings, your emotions, your intuition. You know this is what you got to do. Okay? Maybe I'm talking to a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. All right? Again, emotions. All right? Because maybe you woke up one day and you said, man, I am sick of this job. Right? Maybe you need to get back to nature. Maybe you need to get back to yourself. And maybe you're looking at tarot because you want to seek out spirituality. And I say you should. Spirituality is about getting to know you. Do you know you? Or did you have to play somebody else to fit in? Did you have to wear a mask to be liked, to go up the corporate ladder? Because sometimes you have to sell your soul to climb up that ladder, right? And people at work, most of the people don't like each other, right? You've been there, done that. Maybe there was a lot of emotional loss at work because you have to take off your days, Saturday, Sunday, right? And regroup for the week of dealing with people. Because there's people that want to block you, people that want to destroy you, people that want to ridicule you, make fun of you, because they have nothing better to do in their life, right? They're full of emptiness. Maybe there was a lover, because this is the Three of Cups. The Two of Cups was just before this. Maybe you were looking to get away from everything, right? Maybe you live in a small town or wherever you're at. Maybe you know a lot of people and you just want to go somewhere where no one knows you, right? With the Two of Cups, maybe there was an imbalance in your relationship. Broken communication, which created a lot of tension, right? You were just looking for unity, finding a partner to celebrate life with. But anyways, the Three of Cups is about your friendship, your friends. Maybe you miss your friends. Maybe you miss your college friends or your friends back in the day. All right. Maybe you're looking for a sense to belong to a community, right? Maybe you're just done with the 9 to 5, being at work and giving your whole life and time and energy to a certain job. Maybe you want to gather friends and family and looking for a simpler life, right? Because at work, guess what? There's a lot of gossip. People sleeping with this person and that person, a work husband or a work wife. Scandalous, right? Right? But guess what? There's a lot of loneliness and solitude in corporate life, right? Because you got to play a character, all right? As you can see, these three women are having fun, right? One has the back to you. The wreaths on their head is about victory. And there's life. Look at the green grass. Again, look at the background. Clear. You have made your decision. If you're watching this video, this is a go ahead to go and change your life. What are you waiting for, right? Because the meaning behind the Three of Cups represents a period of happiness. Maybe you remember how happy you were before you gave your life up. You will be able to forget the worries of your daily life and spend quality time with your friends and family. Your old high school buddies, perhaps, or college friends. To see the Three of Cups can indicate a happy reunion with a long-lost friend, relative, or loved one. It can also mean a celebration, whether it's your own or someone else's that you love. The event can be a birthday party, a wedding, or any other happy occasion. In general, it is about spending quality time with people you cherish in life. So, the card, where you're at, you are here. The world. All right? This is where you're at. I can't leave it up because it has boobs. All right? But you know what I'm saying. So this is where I'm going to go a little deeper into the card. All right? So I'm going to explain to you, this is a major arcana. Okay? All the cards that I just showed you are just the regular cards of the decks, right? The cups, the swords, the wands, all right, the pentacles, all right. But these two cards that I have is the world, and then the devil at the end. So stay tuned. So the major arcana is a 22 card set within the tarot that is considered to be the core of the foundation of the deck. All of the deck is filled with archetypal signatures, but this is the most pronounced within the major arcana. These cards follow a storyline that tells of a spiritual travel taking from the innocent wonder of the fool to the oneness and fulfillment of the world. This is where you're at. In other words, these cards tell the story of humanity's spiritual evolution into enlightenment and individuation. And so, as we follow the journey of the fool, we can start seeing common parallels between our own stages in life and those in the cards. Each card teaching a specific lesson and a concept to meditate over, because they form the basics of the tarot. Some readings can sometimes be conducted with only the major arcanas as well. Okay, so again, there's a wreath, all right? Right? There's a wreath around you. Celebration, completion. You did well in life, okay? So, the world. And I'm going to go more into depth with these because these are major arcanas. And I want you to get every bit of message out of this video, okay? 2238 as I look at the timer on this video. So it's about completing. And maybe this is why you want to celebrate with your friends. Your achievements. Fulfillment. Maybe you want a sense of belonging again, right? Because when you're at work, you really don't have friends, right? They're just work people. They're not your buddies. No one's your friend. Wholeness, harmony. So the world card in the tarot deck has a dancing figure at the center, like I showed you. The dancing figure on the card has one leg crossed over the other and holds a wand in each side. Okay, that's like the magician, the second card in the major arcanas. This symbolizes balance and evolution. This is where you're at. The fulfillment and unity that she represents. Again, this is why I think it's a woman that I'm talking to. It can be a spirit for you gentlemen. It doesn't have to be just a woman, but this is just how I feel about it. Represents is not one that is static, but even changing, dynamic and eternal. The green wreath of flowers that surround the figure, like I'm going to show you again. See, it surrounds you. See? It symbolizes success, while the red ribbon that wraps around it are reminiscent of infinity. There are 4 figures on each side of the card, right? And that is Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, and Taurus. And they can also be constellations. So, to encounter the world in your card is to encounter a great unity and wholeness. It symbolizes the moment when the inner and outer world, self, and others become a single entity. In some traditions, this state is described as enlightenment or nirvana, There is a recognition that the individual self is profoundly linked with all other things, and that we all dance and sway along and flow of life to one rhythm. Not only do you hear this rhythm, but you participate in it, following the dips and rises, the joys and the sorrows. And this is where you're at. So now let's get to the devil, okay? That is the last card. All right, and the devil is about everything worldly, right? Your job, your house, your car. Guess what? It all owns you, right? Yes. You signed your life away, right? A 30-year mortgage, 15-year mortgage. You took out a loan to these banksters, right? Right? You were addicted to the money, the lifestyle, what it gave you, right? It made you feel powerful, prestige, right? But guess what? Those things all owned you, right? Well, I can't, I'm thinking of TikTok. You want that house? Keep working, BITCH. You know what I mean? You want to go to the gym? Keep working, or whatever it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know what that song is. But anyways, it owns you, right? Everything owns you. The more you want from this world, the more it owns you, right? And your job did that. Maybe you felt oppressed. Maybe you were addicted to the lifestyle or how people saw you. But that wasn't the real you, right? Maybe you were obsessed with keeping your life how they told you, right? You're going to grow up, you're going to find love, you're going to work, da-da-da-da-da. We love you here. Maybe they made you dependent on that job, right? Maybe there was excess in your life. Hey, I had excess when I was living life in the material world. I had money left over, and guess what I did? Addictions, right? Yeah. Drinking, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, right? We all go through that. Limitations, right? So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Obviously, I can't show the people because YouTube, you know what I'm saying. But this is the card I'm talking about. You see, that's the woman here, and then the man over here. All right. So there's a couple. It may be there was a man or a woman that you did a lot of things with that maybe they were toxic. Maybe they gave it to you just the right way. Been there, done that. Anyways, let me get into the card and stop jibber jabbering here. The card shows the devil represents, in his most well-known satire form, otherwise known as the Baphomet. Along with being half a goat and half man, the devil has bat wings and an introverted pentagram on his forehead. He is standing on the pedestal to which are chained a nude man and woman, as if to show that he has dominion over them. Let me show you this card again now. Right? We've all been there. We've all been there. So both the man and the woman have horns, as if to show that the more time they spend with the devil, the less human they became. Think of the things you gave up to be in the position you were in. All right? The chains make it appear as though the devil has taken them captive. The man has a flame on his tail, while the woman has a bowl of grapes on her tail, which symbolize their addictions to power and finer things in life. What was I saying, right? Your house, your car. Maybe you had to drive the latest car, the BMW, the Mercedes, because you wanted to make a statement. Nothing really means anything because that's not really who you are. And maybe you're really looking to find out who you really are. And maybe this is your call to get into spirituality, get into yourself, because looking closer, both the man and the woman don't look happy. Were you really happy? Their individual power has been taken from them, leaving them exposed and ashamed in their nakedness. Take that for what it is. Getting the Devil card in your reading shows that you have feelings of entrapment, emptiness, and a lack of fulfillment in your life. It might also mean that you are a slave to materialism and opulence, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to shake off the feeling of wanting to indulge in luxurious things. You might be aware of this kind of lifestyle is leading you down the rabbit hole. Like I said, it owns you. I've been there, done that. Bought the t-shirt and wore it out. But you have the feeling of not having any form of control over your actions or urges. Okay, so this is the video for you. And if you got my message or got what I put down, leave a like, leave me a comment, or subscribe. I really would appreciate it, and I will see you in a later video.